Vashawn Mitchell. You were there at the recording.
Oh, that's the one. Oh.
The greatest man I know.
I gotta listen to that. Yeah,
yes.
I like that song.
Yes.
I want to remind you, if you want to be a part of Good News, you can call right now, 313-564-5700. There's an operator there to take your call. There's a few different ways. You can volunteer behind the scenes. We have camera people here. We have people that help greet. We need your help on the show. I'm just being very honest with you and candid with you. Volunteer an hour of your day, 2 days out of the week, 3 days, 4 days out of the week. We need your help by calling 313-564-5700. We did get a couple people call. You could be a greeter. You could learn how to run the camera. You could help learn how to be a floor director. So many different things that you can do.
Absolutely.
You can hold the sign up and tell her to keep her hair out of the mic. All those different things that you can do. Secondly, if you have a book, again, I met Mamie, our next guest, at a church that I preached at with Pastor Mark Burns, who's helping us, doing some booking for us, and gave me her book, and bam, it hit what we're doing. You could be sitting here. She has never done this before. She was on Pastor Burns' show, but look at where she's sitting today. You could be here today. You never know the kind of stories we're looking for. Right. So call right now, 313-564-5700. Give Gina your information. And then last but not least, listen to our radio show every morning, Impact Radio. It's wonderful, 3 hours, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Right.
Yep.
All right, well, our guest today, her name is Mamie Johnson Atkins, and she is 27 years old, and she is the founder of Pearls in His Presence Ministries. Mamie is also a motivational speaker and the author of this book, The Broken Road Shattered, Identifying and Dealing with the Pain of the Past. Mamie has a heart for the broken and rejected, molested, and those hurt by church and people who have been abused in all aspects. Welcome to the show, Mamie.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. And it's Savannah, Georgia, right?
Yeah, right.
We want to make sure Savannah gets there. Yeah. You can call 313-564-5700. Mamie, why did you write this book?
I wrote the book. It was motivated, the motivation came from my childhood, my early adulthood, my adolescence, all the things, the difficult things that I went through and had to face. From the age of 5 to 11, I was molested by 7 different people, including 2 females. At the age of 11, I got...
You got time. So
right.
You were molested, because this is very important.
Yeah.
Because if people watching right now, you're secretively going through this.
Right.
You were molested by 7 different people.
7 different people.
And 2 of them...
2 of them were females.
Wow.
Between 5...
and 11. 6 years.
Any relatives?
Yeah, plenty of relatives, and the other were just random men. I mean, random, I would think that I had a sign on my back that said, hey, come molest me. I don't understand what it was, you know, and children should be more supervised than I was as well. But at the age of 11, I got enough guts to tell somebody. My whole family, you know, they completely turned on me. My mother, who says she believed me, didn't do anything about it. She left me in the room. She came in and she said, Mamie, has such and such and whoever been touching you? And I said, yes, Mom. And she walked out the room and she closed the door and she left me there in the corner of that room by myself. And that's when the suicidal thoughts began. At 11, I became in just a deep depression. The school counselor noticed that my grades were slipping, that I wasn't as social as I used to be. So she recommended that I see a professional counselor. And I had one session with a professional, and she told my mother that she recommended my mom put me in a foster home. And she gave my mom a book. They're like a phone book or something, but it was just filled with children's homes. My mother flipped through this book, and she picked something, just like she was ordering pizza or something.
Yeah.
And before I knew it, I was off to a children's home in Austin, Texas, where I stayed for 4 years.
So what happened with your relationship with your mom? She didn't want to step up, or she wasn't that loving?
You know,
what was going on with that?
I think my mom's mother abandoned her at 11. And I think my mom didn't know how to deal with it, so she never talked to. She didn't say, Mamie, let me hold you. What happened? Let's talk about it. No counselors, no doctors, nothing. It was nothing else said about it. They just kind of pushed it under the rug.
Wow.
You know.
And where was your father?
My father was gone. He left when I was 7 years old.
Wow. So did you grow up in the church? Was your mother a church-going woman at the time?
She went every now and then, and we went with her when she went, but it wasn't like a stable church environment.
Was there any repeat offenders? The guys or the women, did they kind of just on a regular basis?
Yeah, the last one, well, two of them were my cousins. One of my cousins actually sat there through three of the other men. She watched, it was the female. She watched these men molest me, and it kind of got her excited, I guess, I'm not sure. But that's what she did. The last 3 years, it was my sister's husband that molested me for 3 years. And my sister is the one that I turned to tell her.
So she knew what was going on?
Well, she was in complete denial. But there was another young lady in the trailer park, a 14-year-old, who he was molesting as well. So it wasn't just me, but that little girl coming forth and telling is what gave me the courage to tell.